I've got no problem with Harry and Meghan being royals, flying around in private jets, using helicopters to go from London to Birmingham, as he's done, going around in big gas-guzzling cars, all that kind of stuff. I've done all those things myself, right? I've got no problem with it. My problem comes when simultaneously they're trying to be the high priest and high priestess of environmental preaching. You can't do both.
You can't do both, Piers, no. And, I mean, this is a case of, you saw that news break yesterday, if you're in a hole, stop digging Harry. Harry's a lovely, lovely guy, and I want to say that. I mean, I've known him for years. He is a credit to Britain, and Meghan too. They're trying to find their feet as royals. They're trying to find a role. They're trying to do things their own way. But could they have done it worse this summer?
Honestly,
I mean, it is.
And after all the publicity, to then go and have some big thing, and he flew to Amsterdam. You can get there in a train in 2 hours. Right? He flew to Amsterdam on a plane again. And here's the point, isn't it? Nobody wants to hate these two, right? But they are making themselves look like rank hypocrites. And you can't, as a royal, do that. The Queen would never espouse views like this because she knows that the life of a royal is very hypocritical if you do.
Of course, but I think we've got to look at Harry and Meghan a little bit differently in the sense that he's not going to be king, so he is using his platform much more than the Queen really uses her platform. I mean, they are on Instagram. They are putting motivational messages out there.
We don't need their motivational messages. We don't need the...
Well, you don't need their motivational messages.
the empowering bananas, the empowering cupcakes.
I totally agree. I think, the Queen does not use her platform.
No.
This is a completely different generation.
The Queen does use her platform.
Not like they are.
The Queen has been the greatest platform user in history.
She doesn't use it.
No, by not being political, though, she has offered
Exactly. She doesn't use it to make political statements.
She's offered a non-partisan, wonderful figurehead approach to the royal family and the monarchy that has sustained the monarchy and made her one of the most respected people in the world.
But she doesn't
That
use
is
it
the
as a
model for a royal.
He's never going to be king. He's not going to be king, so why can't they do a little bit more? Here's the thing. Let's also remember
they want to really
his mother
preach
died
about...
when he was 12 years old because she was hounded by the press.
When Prince William arrived on a Flybe plane up at Aberdeen Airport with, as himself, a future king and his son, who is a future king, a picture was taken. It's not a security risk.
There's a difference between Kate and Meghan, and this is where I'm going to bring up Meghan, because I am an American, and she has had such a bad time in this press. But let's also remember...
She brought it on herself.
No, when they were dating, there were racial slurs against her from day one.
It's not racist. Come off it.
And he had to put an announcement out. So how do we know what's happening behind that royal curtain?
You tell me.
Are there threats that are happening? I don't know. He's saying he has to keep his family safe. It makes me think there is something more going on for him to say that.
I'm sorry. It's complete nonsense.
No.
How do you know?
Because Diana was 100 times more famous than Meghan Markle will ever be. And Diana flew commercial British Airways 99% of the time. And by the way, it was always fine.
Exactly.
They have a special services department that could get them in and out of airports without you even knowing they're there.
But you just said your issue is not that they fly private jets. It's the hypocrisy if you're going to lecture people about how...
That's where it's gone wrong for Harry.
But hang on, your problem does seem to be that they fly private jets. It's not about the hypocrisy.
No, it's the combination. It's the combination. You can't fly on private jets every 10 minutes using this spurious, bogus excuse about safety, which didn't apply to any other royal, right? And then preach all the time as they do.
I think it's a bit unkind to rubbish his claim that it's about safety. If he feels that it is a safer way to travel.
He went to Nice in a private jet because Elton John offered it to him.
Yeah.
If Elton John offered anyone listening the chance to fly in a private jet, of course you would. But there are 20 flights a day in and out of Nice.
Yeah.
When he's talking about his security, he'll go to Angola soon, very soon. Probably will fly from South Africa to Angola in a private plane because he needs to secure and make sure... But was he saying that EasyJet and British Airways and all the other airlines...
The idea of flying an hour and a half flight to Nice, I mean, do me a favour.
I think the problem is that if you are going to launch a sustainable travel initiative, if you are going to tell people you're going to have fewer children because you want to save the world...
Of course.
And if you are going to talk about climate change and carbon emissions, unfortunately, you open yourselves up to this
He's going to open himself, but he did say he's not perfect. But let's also look at the platform that they are creating. I mean, the two of them together are doing much more than any royal I've ever seen before.
What are they doing?
They're supporting small charities.
All the senior members of the royal family perform a number of charitable acts a year and represent dozens of charities. There's nothing unusual about that.
Of course,
that's part of the deal for getting the palaces, the servants, Frogmore Cottage done up at taxpayer expense. It's all part of the deal. You said the right thing earlier, I think. You're an American, so's Meghan Markle, right? Meghan is looking at this as an American, right? Not as a member of the royal family.
As a celebrity platform.
She wants to be a celebrity princess, right? Rather like Angelina Jolie would do it, which is, here are all my issues I care about. Here's the bottom line. You cannot be political and be a senior member of the royal family. There is too much hypocrisy that goes with that position. And also, you're polarising half your audience. I mean, are we going to hear Meghan spouting off about Brexit now? She refused to see Donald Trump when he came over.
She did,
right?
absolutely.
But she shouldn't be refusing to see Donald Trump. I'm sorry. As the only American in the royal family...
She was on maternity leave.
Well, she wasn't, though, because she popped up 2 days later at Trooping of the Colour.
She's certainly been paying a price for that, though, Piers, because, in fairness, the abuse that she has been... you know, you read the comments on the Daily Mail under the story.
But they're getting
it's
it.
not nice. Sometimes it is
I'm sorry.
racist.
Yeah, but everyone gets abuse on Twitter, right? I get it 10 times worse than she does, I trust you.
Oh, you
know.
I
do. And the other thing I object to,
Don't.
this idea that it's all framed from racism is nonsense. The media coverage has been negative because they persistently in the last year have been rank hypocrites, right? It's like, do up our cottage, the British public, but if you try and take my picture at Wimbledon, my security people will stop you, etc. You know, we'll preach to you about the environment, but we're going to get helicopters from London to Birmingham.
I think she's
Elton John's private jet.
She's finding
but
her feet.
the consistency of the press constantly, you know, attacking them time and time again.
They got the best press
opens
ever.
the door up for these racial criticisms from these comments.
Ever until the wedding, right? She got the best press I've ever seen. All she had to do was not very much, actually. The key
but
to
they want to do more.
I know, and that's the problem. The problem is she wants to be a woke princess, right? And the problem with that is the British public don't want their royals
well, then
to
the
be woke.
British public is going to have to learn that this is how Americans do it.
The British public is not going to have to learn.
And she's going to do it.
I'm sorry. That's a really interesting thing. The British public is not going to have to learn that that's the way an American wants to do it. That's not how our royal family works.
They have millions
I love
of
America,
followers on Instagram.
but if I went over to America and told
the
president how to behave, right, what would you say?
Well, are you part of the Trump family? Then
No.
maybe you could if you were. She's now part of the royal family, so maybe she can do things differently. Is there a rule book of being a royal member? I've never read one. I don't think she has either.
It's like an unwritten one, isn't it?
Yeah, she's breaking the unwritten rule book.
But she's breaking
and
it,
writing her own. Why can't she do
she's
that?
She's not writing her own rule book. She's just doing it as a celebrity.
Before they were married.
She wants to be a celebrity advocate for all sorts of political issues. You can't do that.
Before they were married, the biggest challenge that Meghan was going to have was that adjustment from being a celebrity on the red carpet to being a royal on the red carpet. We all said it as royal watchers. They're trying to find their feet, in fairness to them. They've just got it wrong, and I think they can up their game. Don't walk into these elephant traps.
No.
It's fairly obvious. Don't do it.
Harry looked defiant to me yesterday, which is a worrying sign. He looked like, I don't care about all the allegations of hypocrisy. Sorry, I'm going to carry on preaching to you and doing the complete opposite in my own life. That's not a good place. I was advising him, Harry, if you're watching, sure you are, don't do that. You can't do both. You're either going to be a senior member of the royal or a private jet guzzling celebrity who wants to preach about whatever, right? You can't do it all. Otherwise, the public will go, no, sorry, it's hypocrisy.
I think they've raised a lot of awareness about a lot of different issues. On this, I think they got it wrong.